Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If you are new here, my name is Angelica. I'm sharing my healthy weight loss wellness journey online, and I'm just trying to glow up. Today we are doing some healthy meal prep just to help me stay on track this week, and I love sharing it with you guys. Since I work at home now, I don't do a ton of meal prepping, but it does still help me to have meals on hand and have a plan and everything. So today we're gonna make salsa chicken. I haven't made this since the beginning of my journey when I was in love with it so much that I wore myself out on it. And I think I'm gonna do some 2-ingredient dough pizza for lunch today, and then I'll have leftovers for tomorrow, and then I'll make the dough fresh like through the week. But I figured I could still show you that. Also, yes, I'm wearing green eyeshadow. Just if you've been watching, you know I've been like really liking doing makeup again, and I haven't felt that in a little while, so I've been exploring and doing all these different colors, and we're supposed to wear green to the gym tonight for St. Patrick's Day, so whatever. I put some green on my eyelids. Never done that before. If you are curious about the makeup, I filmed it in a vlog, so I'll link it up here for you. You can go and check it out. I basically did the same thing, just with different colors. Okay, my arms are so sore and holding the camera is starting to hurt, so let's get started on the meal prep. So I'm just gonna get started by cutting up some chicken breasts. I get this big pack from Walmart. These are like the biggest chicken breasts you've ever seen in your life. So I'm definitely not gonna use the whole pack. I'm not for sure how many I'm gonna use. I was thinking like 4 pieces, and that would be 2 of these because I cut them in half. I haven't made this in a while, so I'm kind of just hoping I get the right amount of everything. Now the hardest part of this recipe is done, which is just cutting and trimming the chicken. And I'm gonna put these 2 little pieces of breast in the fridge. I'll probably eat those later through the week. And then I try to keep whatever I can because, you know, I'm a frugal queen. And I have 1 pile of like little pieces, which I like to make for salads and stuff, super good. And then I have a pile that's like in between a nugget and tender size. So I will make those up for something. So this is going to be our chicken salsa pile, and I'm going to measure it just so you guys know how much I'm using because I have no clue. It looks like I have 1 pound and 7.6 ounces of chicken. That's going to go into the crock pot. And now this is about to be the easiest thing you have ever done. You're going to take a can of corn, 1 can of drained and rinsed black beans, and then you're gonna add your salsa. This is my favorite local salsa, so I just got extra, but I know it's not gonna be enough, so I got this container of On the Border salsa, which is so far like my store favorite, I think. I'm gonna use both of these and probably half of this because I don't want it to be too liquidy, and then judging by how it looks about halfway through the cooking, I'll just make sure I don't need to add more. So let's throw our salsa in there. The salsa honestly does a good job of kind of seasoning the chicken, but some cumin will be good. I'm gonna do a little bit of pepper, some cayenne pepper, and some salt. And then we're gonna set it on high for 4 hours, or you can do low for 8. Then you're just gonna shred it. I'll try to show you the end result. There's so many different ways you can eat it. I think I went a little bit more than half. It will be fine. I just try to avoid it being too liquidy, and I don't remember if I ever had a set measurement of salsa. So there you have it, salsa chicken, and I'll show you the end result later tonight when I have it for dinner, hopefully. I'm going to clean up as I go. If you can do this, it's always helpful so that you don't have like a giant mess at the end of your meal prep. Okay, so I got some active yeast, such a weird word. I wanted to try to make the I can't speak and I don't remember what it's called, the Bizzy pizza dough, like Bizzy Kitchen skinny pizza dough where you do like 2 ingredient dough, but you add yeast and it like rises. I wanted to try that. Looking at it right now, it seems a little complicated when I could just do my normal 2 ingredient dough. I'm gonna put it in the tracker and see how it comes out because it's a lot more flour. I guess it's just a bigger serving. So let me figure that out and decide. Okay, I have officially made the decision, the adult decision, to try the Bizzy Kitchen dough. The article says to let it rise, so I might just make some plain 2 ingredient dough because I'm really hungry right now. But this one says you can leave it in the fridge for a few days, so let's see how it goes. I'm gonna start with 2 cups of self-rising flour in the bowl. I'm gonna scoot the extra onto the counter. Because we know we're gonna need that. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt. Then we're gonna add a teaspoon of yeast. Is this the right kind? If you've never made this dough, we are learning together, my friends. Ew, what even is yeast? Okay, 1 teaspoon. That's about right. What am I gonna do with the rest of this packet? Stir in the yogurt. Okay. This should be about half a cup, but I'm just gonna make sure this way. Yeah, these little containers from Walmart are like the perfect amount. Well, I feel like there's no way this is gonna be sticky. These are the little containers I'm referring to. Okay, it says to add up to 3/4 a cup of water, but it says to start with half a cup, so I only got half a cup. Oh, I need one of those fancy Cuisinart, is that the brand? Those big fancy mixers that have the dough hook on them. I think I do need the extra 1/4 cup of water. There's a lot of powder left. I think that is as good as it's gonna get. I don't really want to add more water. I'm gonna spread some flour. This is what we took off of the top of that one. Right, this is one hefty dough ball, so hopefully it'll make a good serving size for the amount of points and everything. It's not sticky at all. So that's a nice change from the normal 2 ingredient dough. It says to cover it with plastic wrap and let it rise for 30 minutes or put it in the fridge covered and leave it in there for a couple days, and you can make it like a few days later. I don't own plastic wrap. I'm wondering if I can use like a little cloth. I see people doing that on Instagram sometimes. I've never had such a beautiful dough ball. I'm going to put it on a plate and cover it with a clean towel. Here is the before size. It's pretty giant. And while I have this wonderful mess out, I'm gonna make normal 2 ingredient dough. Take half a cup of flour. I'm literally just estimating because I'm hungry. Okay, that looks like half. Now this one is definitely gonna be sticky. Now we have a very different, pretty sticky dough ball. I'm gonna spray my pizza pan over here and sprinkle just a little bit of powder on it. Flour. To help it from sticking, because it is really, really sticky, like I said. I can tell I used the right amount of flour because of how sticky it is. And then I like to bake it at 350 before I put my toppings on it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, now I have this bad boy. I spread it out pretty thin just so that it's bigger, like so thin that you can almost see the pan down there. And I did rip it in a few places. It's cool, it happens. I really love the unique shape that I've created here with this piece of art. I'm going to turn the oven on 350. And by the time it preheats, this will pretty much be ready to take out, but I'll just check on it and see if the sides have browned or anything like that. Now to deal with this, I'm gonna be honest, this is the main reason I really don't make 2-ingredient dough pizza that often. It doesn't take that long to clean up, but there's just something about putting pepperoni and cheese on an Olay wrap on the stove and eating it that way instead of making the 2-ingredient dough. But the Bizzy dough definitely has a different texture. I think that I could really like it and see myself making it more often if it turns out good and if I'm able to get the right amount of servings. So I'm gonna pick out my toppings and then I'll be back. I mean, this looks pretty good. Come on now. 1/4 cup. Which is the same amount of points as 1/3 cup. What the heck? You could make your own. I made my own spaghetti sauce once and it was really good. I'm gonna put some red onion on here. I'm gonna take 1/3 cup of this super random cheese. I have no idea where you can get it. My mother-in-law brought it to me, but it's kind of low in points and it's mozzarella and it really has that like frozen pizza cheese type of texture. And I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of this bacon bits. We got an extra bacon pizza. I'm scared this cheese on its own is not gonna be enough, so I want to add some. Okay, I'm gonna add 1/8 cup of this, which is 2 whole bites, but it's gonna be worth it. This is just what I want today. You can make this a lot less points with your toppings. Like I make a chicken barbecue one that is so good, but I'm just feeling like cheesy bacon right now. I'm gonna throw this back in the oven, still at 350. I'm gonna rotate it because my oven's a little weird. You cannot tell me that this doesn't look amazing. And it smells really good too. And the cheese even got on the sides. It looks legit, guys. I haven't made 2-ingredient dough pizza in so long. I just know this is gonna be so good. It is 14 bites for the whole thing, which is 14 points on WW Blue. It's pretty big, but honestly, I have room for it. Like, I think I'm gonna probably eat it all. Throughout the course of the day, at least. I'll probably end up eating it all. Like I said, lots of different ways you can customize this, make it your own, make it less points, less bites, whatever type of plan you are on. Ooh, steamy. I also really need to get this chicken out of here and shred it. I'm gonna try to do that in a minute. It's a little bit liquidy. Once I shred the chicken and throw it back in, it'll probably be fine, but that's how the salsa chicken's looking. It's also smelling amazing. Here's a look at the salsa chicken now that it's done. I think it turned out to be like just the right amount of liquid. It could be a little bit less, but the chicken will kind of soak it up a little bit more as it sits in here on warm. Cooper's full of energy right now, as you can tell, but I wanted to show you how the chicken looks. I think I'm gonna maybe just eat it with some corn chips. I thought about putting it on a wrap. There's literally a million things you can do with this, and this is a 0-point mixture. 0 bites. So it's really kind of, your options are very open. It is the next day. I can't really tell if the dough has risen. Did it rise at all? I guess it has, because there's little cracks in here. It's kind of hard on top, like crunchy. Cooper also has an input on this, apparently. So I split it into 4 equal parts because it has 4 servings. So I was hoping I could make 4 pizza doughs for 6 bites each, because that's the breakdown of it. Definitely thicker. I'm going to transfer this one over to my pizza pan and try to spread it out, and we will try it. Okay, it's not quite as big as my normal 2-ingredient dough one, like what I got yesterday, but I think it's pretty close. I pushed it out kind of like as much as I could, and it does look, of course, more like normal pizza dough. It smells like normal pizza dough, and hopefully it will rise some, I guess. But we're gonna go ahead and add our toppings. I'm just following the article here. We're gonna put it in the oven for 14 minutes at 425. I think I'm just gonna do 400. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my toppings, and I need to dock it, so I need to poke it with a fork, add my toppings, and then 14 minutes. And I'm gonna do the same toppings as I did yesterday, just for the purpose of having a delicious pizza. What? This looks so good. Ignore my cute little flat lay here where I'm trying to get a picture, but this looks so good. And it's like, it's all firm. You know, sometimes with a 2-ingredient dough, the regular one, the middle is like a little soft. Like you can't really get it to the right crispiness, but I could literally pick this whole thing up and it would like not sink anywhere. It looks and smells so good. I'm definitely going to update you when I eat it. So be on the lookout for a what I eat in a day video. But I love that I can put the rest of the dough back in the fridge and keep it for a few days, because that's perfect for meal prepping. And like I said, there's so many other things you can do with it and ways you can customize it. And yeah, I'm really surprised by how good it looks, and I'm sure it's going to taste just as good. But there you have it. I think the Bizzy dough is going to be a really good option, and that is what I have meal prepped. That along with my salsa chicken, which I already have in the fridge, and that's what we ate last night. So good as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.